Hello, and I continue the video. Today we're gonna take a look at the XL Vullaby here, the pre-evolution of Mandibus. Gonna go into the Go Battle League for the Great League here. As you're gonna take a look here at this team, we have the Reggie Steel in the lead, we have the Sableye, so we have the Mandibus, I want to say, the Vullaby in the back. Of course, we have something in the lead that can beat fairy types. You have something in the Say-Swap position that can bait out fairy types. Also, your lead beats stuff like the NiRiain, which you can see here right now. And also, your Say-Swap can still do something against NiRiain, but like kinda baits this thing out because they don't really want to face your Registeel. So I think this is most likely the best possible team that you can run with the Vullaby. And I actually went positive, I think, in every single set I played with this team. I played 5 sets with this, but I think I always went 3-2, so I mean, it still was fine. Like, I still gained some points with this team, which is kind of hilarious, because who plays Vullaby? Vullaby here, you can see, is a 100% version at level 50. I can put it to level 51. Maybe I'm actually gonna, actually most likely I'm gonna try to get it to best buddy. I think it's just such a cool Pokemon that I kind of want to get to best buddy, just because it's so much fun to play. As you're gonna see in this video, there were several times where I literally didn't expect how good this Pokemon is. So, first off, why would you want to run a Vullaby instead of a Mandibus? Mandibus is way cheaper to build. Mandibus also has better stats. Mandibus has Snarl, which Vullaby doesn't have. Vullaby has Feint Attack, which is a wing attack clone with a dark typing. So yeah, why would you want to run Vullaby? Main reason A is it's super funny because it's just a small little chicken bird. But the other reason is the secondary charge move. While the Mandibus has access to Think, Foul Play, Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball, and the Aerial Ace, this little bird has access to Brave Bird for whatever reason. Why the hell does Mandibus not have this move? What the Vullaby has this move, I don't know, but it's definitely a braver bird than the Mandibus. And Brave Bird as a nuke, as a closure, came in clutch so many times, and you're gonna see it. You have such a better matchup against Azumarill. You have such a better matchup against a lot of Pokemon in the back. I wouldn't recommend you to run the Vullaby as a Say-Swap or in the lead, but as a closer, it might be even better than the Mandibus. Of course, the lacking bulk, it's still bulky by the way, it's still bulky, like you can easily survive a move from Azumarill, even though they're super effective, but the lacking bulk, of course, can be a little bit tough compared to the Mandibus, but still, this Pokemon is so much fun to play. You're gonna see here the matchup against the Sableye. We can just farm down with the Air Slash here. Air Slash, same move that also the evolution Mandibus would have. And we can go ahead and go for the big boom against this Azumarill. Just going to go straight for the Brave Bird here, and boom, this thing is pretty low now, and we can go for another one. Bye-bye Azumarill. And this basically happens in nearly every game. Nearly every game I Brave Bird something, and this is just all that I really want. I actually think this Pokemon might be better as a closer than Mandibus, which is kind of hilarious. But like in every other position, like Say-Swap, indeed, Mandibus is definitely the better option. But here, right now, I actually think this Pokemon has a lot of potential in general in the meta. Because if you think about it, so many people run Trevenant. I actually didn't face a single Trevenant with this team though, I think. Or at least not where I could put him onto my Vullaby. But yeah, so many people usually run the Trevenant. So many people are running the Sableye, which is going to be very nice for the Vullaby as well. So like you have a lot of options where you can use this Pokemon. Here my opponent runs the Victory Bell, which is also fine for the Vullaby because you can just farm this thing down. And you're gonna be able to do some nice damage with that. But I actually can still get to the Foul Play in time, which is pretty nice for me, as I'm gonna be able to farm down whatever comes in. Most likely we're gonna get the Altaria into us. We're gonna go into our Vullaby. We still have a shield left, and we still have our Brave Bird left, of course, which is gonna be nice. But I think I should go for 2 Foul Plays instead, to be honest, as we're gonna go ahead and my opponent makes a perfect swap into their Registeel, which is kind of annoying, as we're gonna undercharge. We can go for another move there. We have to go now for our Brave Bird. Brave Bird comes through, and boom, this thing is nearly gone, and we can go into our Registeel. And they have to kind of undercharge this, what they also kind of notice now, but it wasn't enough because they cannot farm me down. They needed my energy for my Vullaby, but it didn't work out for them whatsoever. We see a very nice lead for us, but I'm kind of scared about the backline of my opponent here. I'm gonna go for the Zap Cannon, which is something that's a little bit risky but kind of funny, because they're gonna shield anyway if they swap it in there. And this allows you to win this in the 2-shield scenario, as far as I know, as Earthquake will not KO you. Like usually I think in the 2-shield scenario they can go straight for Earthquake and always win against you. But like this, I should be able to survive one Earthquake. But I'm also gonna try and go ahead and go now into my Sableye and try to farm this thing down. But they're gonna swap out in time, which is okay for me. They go back into their Skarmory, which should be fine for me. Hopefully I'm gonna get the shield from my opponent. That would be nice here. Please shield this up because I'm fearing a Pokemon in the back. They are not shielding this up and they're still gonna get to move and they're gonna go for one Brave Bird, which is gonna KO me. So, what am I fearing in the back? It's very, very likely a Swampert, to be honest. And it is Swampert. What a surprise. Yeah, Skarmory plus Swampert is a core that you also saw already on my channel like several times. It's just one of the best cores that you can run. You can actually still survive 2 normal Hydro Cannons from, what's it called, from a Swampert, which is cool. From a Shadow Swampert, you wouldn't be able to survive 2 Hydro Cannons, but here you can easily survive 2. And they're gonna go still into their G-Fisk. They're gonna be able to get to a move. At this point, I can just forfeit the game because I will not be able to get to 2 moves here, sadly. Maybe if they didn't have Earthquake, I would have been able still to get to a move if I at least got the final shield with my Vullaby, but sadly like this, I'm not. Here I make a crucial mistake against this opponent. We see like a very decent lead for me and I see the Surf Edge coming in, but also they're gonna get to another move here, which is kind of awkward. But the Surf Edge means basically that they're very likely gonna have the Medicham in the back, but they're gonna let this go, which is good for me. So if I went into my Vullaby here, I would be able to resist all the charge moves from the from the Surf Edge. I would have been able to have a super effective quick move, so that was a big mistake on my part to not go into this Pokemon. But we see the Medicham coming in, we can go for one Zap Cannon, and also my Vullaby is really good against the Lickitung as well, so I'm gonna be able to get this debuff here on this Pokemon, which is nice, and I can just let this move go through. Doesn't matter if it's Power Punch, it's actually Dynamic Punch. So they're gonna run Dynamic Punch and Psychic, which is good to know at this point of time. As we're gonna go ahead, go for one Foul Play, we're gonna get the shield from my opponent, we can shield this next move up as well. As we're gonna see my opponent going ahead to go into their Lickitung now, and we just gonna go for the big boom. As this Brave Bird comes through and we're gonna put him perfectly into a range. And what kind of range? Into a lock-on farm down range. And this is gonna be able to get me to another Zap Cannon against the Medicham later on, which should win us the game as they are not at a charge move yet. We have to farm all the way down. Easy peasy, we go for one more Zap Cannon and this game is over. Boom. Very nice there that we were able to still win this game. Next time we're gonna have the Stunfisk in the lead. Again, there is the possibility to go for the Zapkin here. I think I'm not gonna do it here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight for the Focus Blast. It's such an awkward position. Like, I really don't like to face the Stunfisk with this team, even though like on paper you still have the Registeel that has Focus Blast and you have the Sableye, which is kind of neutral against it. But I don't like it. I really don't like it. They're gonna go ahead, go for the Earthquake. I think they're gonna outspeed me to the last one, but actually I don't think they are. I think I should be able. Oh, they're actually gonna let go. That's very nice for me. And we see the Meganium coming in. I really would like to have this Pokemon onto my Vullaby, but maybe I can get a shield here, and I actually can, which is nice. As I'm gonna go ahead and still gonna KO this Pokemon though, as I should be able to get to the return time. If they would have got to their move, I would have been just able to farm down with the Vullaby, which would also be fine. But like this, I can realign. And we see my opponent going into their Stunfisk. We're getting this thing very low. They can only get to one Rock Slide here. That's definitely not an Earthquake. And we're gonna see a Pelipper in the back. I could just go for the Zapkin here, of course. But why would I, if I can go for the Brave Bird as well? Of course, I could have just ended the battle there, but I think it's more fun to see my little bird going for a Brave Bird. But we'll have to see if we can even get there. They go for the Weather Ball, and they will get Brave Birded here. And boom! Bye-bye Pelipper. We see the Stunfisk coming in, I can just farm this thing down and this is gonna be a good game. Next up, Deoxys Defense. Very bad for me. Sometimes I say swap into the Sableye, but I usually see that my opponent has Warren in the back as well when they lead the Deoxys Defense, which is not into my Sableye, into my Vullaby. But like, yeah, for the Vullaby that's kind of horrible, so I went into my Sableye here. And yeah, this is also not really the best, to be honest, as we kind of getting hard countered right now. Shiftry, Shadow Shiftry is a cool Pokemon, very rarely seen right now. It's kind of really tough to deal with it, to be honest, if you don't have fast move pressure against it, but so many Pokemon have fast move pressure against it. And yeah, as I said, if I went into my Vullaby, I would have been greeted by this little fella here with the Walrein. And yeah, at this point of time, I think this game is kind of over. There's not a lot that I can do. I just completely got hardwalled here. Happens, they have even Rock Slide and not only Thunderbolt, which is horrible for me. And right now, I can go for one Zap Cannon, and I can try to go for another one, but it doesn't really matter. Like, this game is over. There's not a lot that I can do anymore, sadly. They're gonna go for the Psycho Boost as well. I'm gonna try and go ahead and swap into my Vullaby now, trying to farm this thing down. As we caught the move prior, we can farm all the way down. I'm gonna have to shield this up. I can go for the Brave Bird here. I have to hope that my opponent gonna shield this move, otherwise I am screwed anyway. And they don't shield this move. It sadly just barely doesn't KO, and at this point of time they can just go for a charge move, winning him the game. Kinda sad, kinda hard countered, but still was very, very close. If they shielded there, I would have won the game, but they knew about this one as well. A little bit tougher is also the Nidoqueen for this team, of course. The elite cannot really deal with it, the backline is kind of neutral, and they go into their Azumarill as we can hit a return, and they just gonna let this go through. I actually shield up here, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I really want to have shields down against the Nidoqueen. Shields down for your Brave Bird in the back is really, really nice, so like I kind of take those all the time. As they're gonna go ahead and go for one Ice Beam, which I can just take. I get to another foul play, and here's the cool part. My opponent going ahead and shielding this move up, and this is very nice. They go for their own charge move as well still. I'm just gonna let this go, and I can just calm down with the Vullaby. Let's see what they have in the back. They have a Sableye in the back. I'm just gonna try to catch the move here because the Vullaby is the most valuable Pokemon for me. I hope this is a return, but is sadly not. It's a foul play, but it's fine. They're gonna farm up even more energy here. As they're gonna go ahead and go into the Nidoqueen. I'm gonna go for the Focus Blast, and you're gonna see something here which is kind of funny. You think my plan here most likely is to shield up my Vullaby and win the game like this. But I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and shield my Registeel and gonna go for the resisted Focus Blast here. As you see here, we already put him into a range where later on my Vullaby gonna be able to farm down before they can even get to another charge move against me. And like this, I can just farm them down, and I have a Brave Bird stored, they have a return stored. Let's see who can win this game here. They go for the return, we easily survive this. Brave Bird comes through, and the Vullaby gonna completely annihilate the Sableye there. Good game, trainer. Next up, we're gonna have the Registeel against the Altaria. Very decent lead for us. It's actually not that good, to be honest. Like, it's good, like, you're still gonna win this game most likely, but you're gonna see how much damage just the Dragon Breath does from the Altaria. It's kind of insane, to be honest. As we're gonna see the Focus Blast hit, the Zap Cannon hitting here, we're gonna debuff the opponent's attack. They're gonna stay in here, which is interesting. They're gonna throw the move, which is even more interesting. As the Sky Attack hits, I should overfarm more, to be honest. It was kind of stupid of me throwing the Zap Cannon immediately, as we see Medicham coming in, as we see the Azumarill coming in, as I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to win this game at this point of time. We have our Sableye lined with the Azumarill. We gotta get a shield here. We still should be able to get to another return after the shield. And we have our Vullaby in the back, which has access to Brave Bird and all sorts of shenanigans, so we're gonna be able to go for one return here, get the final shield of my opponent. I think I'm just gonna let this go through here. Exactly, they're gonna go for the Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure that they don't have Hydro Pump at this point of time. Usually you don't run Ice Beam and Hydro Pump nowadays. It's the least common moveset, by the way, right now. So I can just go into my Vullaby against this Medicham, and I should be able to do some nice damage here. They go for the Power Punch, and we just go ahead and go for the foul play, I think. As they're gonna boost themselves up even more here, and I'm gonna go ahead, go for the foul play, can farm down afterwards, and I should be able to go for another Brave Bird against the Azumarill to finish up this game here. The Azumarill comes in, the Brave Bird comes in, and boom, this thing is gone, and we win this game again. Like, did someone count how many Brave Birds we had this game? Like, in general, like, this entire video, so many Brave Birds hit. It's insane. Like, this Pokemon was so much fun to play with. Like, honestly, I definitely should try to get this thing to Best Buddy, because I think it's gonna be even cooler with this. And, yeah, it's such a cool Pokemon. Definitely something that I could recommend you to power up. If you don't have a good mate, like a good Mandibuzz already, Mandibuzz is still better, most likely, but just having the small bird, Brave Birding everything is all I really wanted anyway, so it's so much fun to play. I actually got this Pokemon, by the way, during the Bremen qualifier. Someone traded it to me there, and it got lucky and 100%, which was kind of sick. Thanks for this, but I could also evolve it then and use it for the Ultra League, but I'm not going to do this, so And it's gonna stay forever for the Great League because I already had so much fun last time I had this Pokemon around, so I'm just gonna keep it. We're still gonna survive this Earth Power here, which is gonna be nice. We're gonna go ahead, go for the foul play. We see the Azumarill coming in, and you know what's gonna happen now, right? We can just go ahead, go for a foul play, gonna put him into a nice range here basically, and I should go for a move with my Registeel. They go for a Hydro Pump here, but I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna go into my Vullaby. And you know what? Vullaby doesn't really care about the moves of the Azumarill here. Play Rock comes through. Doesn't really matter, we easily survive this move. We go for the Brave Bird, and we're gonna finish up this video with this move as well by Azumarill. And thanks for watching, see you next video, have a great rest of your day, bye.